Hey guys, and welcome to my review about the Philips Hue lighting system. I'm going to tell you about my experience with the lighting system and a whole lot of other stuff and tell you if it's good or bad. Let's get started. Now first let's get started with what is Philips Hue. Now Philips Hue is a smart home lighting system which you can control with your phone, a smart voice assistant like Google or Alexa, or your Apple Watch, from your iPad, you name it, you can control it. Now my experience with Philips Hue is that it's a very stable system in my opinion. You can control them over your own Wi-Fi, so in your house, but you can also control them over your 4G or LTE connection, so you can control your lights from anywhere in the world basically. Now, why would you want Philips Hue? And I think this is a very good question because, well, you have a normal light bulb. Isn't that good enough? Now, yes it is, but Philips Hue offers you many functionalities in its app. So basically you can change the color of the lights from your phone, which is nice because if you have one with such a remote, you have to go and find the remote, and a good chance that your phone is right next to you all the time. There's a very good chance of that, so you can control them whenever and wherever you want. You can also get it because you want to use smart home assistants like Google Home or Alexa or Siri and turn your lights on that way. And you can come home and scream like, Alexa, turn the lights on, and next thing you know, all your lights turn on. And that's something that Philips Hue does very well. It's third-party support. Now, Philips Hue has support for Nest, so that means that if you have smoke detectors from Nest, you can actually make all your lights flicker once one smoke alarm goes off. And that's quite nice, because if you don't have a smoke alarm in that room in your house, all your lights will flicker and you'll be like, there's smoke, you know, smoke's detected, let's get out of here, you know. So it works, and I quite like it. You can also set it up with your Nest thermostat, and then once your Nest thermostat notes that you're gone, it will turn off the lights. So I turned this off because once I was knocked downstairs for like an hour or so and the movement sensor, the motion sensor of the Nest thermostat didn't notice anything, it will turn all my lights off. So then I would be sitting in the dark again upstairs. So yeah, I turned it off. I didn't really like it, but it is possible. There's quite a big third-party support for Philips Hue. Now, the app offers many more features, like once you go out of the house, your lights go off. Once you come back to the house, your lights turn on. You can set that so it only does that when the sun is down, but it does that based on your GPS of your phone. But this feature kind of rarely works. Sometimes it does, most of the time it doesn't, from my experience. At least that's my experience, but it is there and it's quite nice. You can set alarms and you can set that their lights faintly turn on to simulate a sunrise in the morning. Yes, you can do that. Now, why did I buy Philips Hue? Now, I'm a tech geek. I love tech, absolutely. And I love my iPhone. And I like Apple products in general. And Apple products use Siri. And I had a smart home light control system that would be controllable with Google Home, a sort of Chinese knockoff, but not with Siri. And at that point, I had to use remotes or cluttered apps, and yeah, it becomes an inconvenience. Now, I bought Philips Hue because it works with Siri. That's basically it. I just wanted a system that worked with Siri and a good app. Now, is the app really a good app? Yes, it quite is. It's sometimes a little bit hidden. I don't use the app that much though, because I have my smart home control systems that I use. If I want to control my lights, I can just say, Google, turn the lights on, and yeah, she will do that for me. But yeah, what are the downsides of Philips Hue? Now, you might not think it, but there are quite some. Now, the price is a huge downside. It's $60 a bulb. This lighting system is expensive. If you would do every light in the house, it would be very expensive in my opinion. $60 a bulb is not a joke if you ask me. And I do like the colors. I do like that they get pretty bright. I really like the colors, that they're very bright and vibrant, and I love them. So at least I get the feeling that I bought a $60 bulb. And now, what about the connection between the lights and the bridge? Now, in my experience, I haven't had any trouble with connecting any bulbs to it and controlling any bulbs to it, but sometimes some lights don't respond. But This is just very rare, like very, very rare. Most of the time it does work, and if I use Siri, for example, it will tell me that that light is having an error. So Now, what about other things? Things like working with Google Assistant works fine. Siri, that's a mixed bag for me. Sometimes Siri is utterly slow with talking to the lights. And I don't know what it is, but that's my experience. So I can sometimes wait up to a minute for Siri to either tell me that, well, she can't connect to them, or that they turned off properly. It's just, And it gets even worse on the Apple Watch. The app on the Apple Watch is, in my opinion, very shitty. The Apple Watch is not the greatest experience, in my opinion, with working with Philips Hue. It has an app, but it's very, very basic in this sense, and it's very, very slow. Then you might say, well, what about Siri on the Apple Watch? Now, this also takes long, but like I said, it also quite takes a time sometimes on the iPhone, but in the Apple Watch it always takes quite a long time, but it does get the job done eventually. Now, with voice assistants like my Google Home, yes, it works completely fine, it's instant. Never had a problem with Google Home and Philips Hue. Now, coming to the conclusion, should you buy Philips Hue? Now, Philips Hue is an intuitive app in my opinion, and it offers many features, but you gotta get ready to switch, because if you continuously switch the physical switches on the wall for your lights, you kind of defeat the system. So you gotta be ready for that, to actually either get voice assistants, dimmer switches, or use the app continuously, or a voice assistant on your phone. And that could be a little bit of a bother, because it's more work to take your phone out and ask to turn the lights off than actually tapping the button. At that point, convenience may beat functionality, you know? But the system is very expensive, and I would highly recommend the system for anyone who finds the features either cool, useful, or has other features in the system that are very useful to them. Because I mean, if you got a Philips Hue TV with Ambilight, you can link them up and then your whole room can light up with the TV. In my opinion, that's awesome. But you have to be ready to make the switch, and if you think that the money is worth the functionality, so $60 a bulb and then the whole set like $180 or 180 euros, if you think that's worth it, then go ahead and buy it, because in my opinion it's an amazing system. It works pretty flawlessly and I'm very happy with it, because it's just cool laying in bed, you know, having all your lights on and just saying, Google, turn all the lights off and go to bed. That's something, you know? So this was my review about the Philips Hue lighting system. I hope I helped you out, and if I did, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment with a question that you may have for me about the system, and I will try to get an answer for you. Well, that's it.